Gameoverse, Glitch's newest pilot in their lineup of shows that I've neglected to talk about for the past, 9 months or so. Shit, when was the last time I even made an Explained by a Moron video? Jesus Christ. This pilot was created by Rubber Ross, and the only reason why I was interested in this pilot to begin with was the fact that Vegeta and Jay Schlatt were in this. So when you have my favorite criminal and guy from a show I've never watched, you have piqued my interest. So enough of me yapping, and let's get into this pilot that I am horrendously late for. The pilot starts out with our main character, Kit and Caboodle. Caboodle is Schlatt, by the way. Looking at this piece of paper that explains how to kill the boss of their world. Everything here is a video game, by the way. Anyways, by the way, they go and fight their boss, which is basically a robotic version of themselves. This dude cannibalizes his own teammates so they can combine, and Kit gets taken down to 1 HP. And she's like, alright, let me dap up my homeboy so we can beat your ass. Also, I think this transformation scene is a reference to the 1986 Transformers movie. Kit and Caboodle nuke the hell out of their evil robot counterparts, and as soon as they think they've won, everything starts exploding, and Caboodle asks what's going on. Schlatt doesn't even attempt to change his voice in any way to sound like a voice actor. He just sounds like himself, and honestly, he's the only character that sounds real, if you catch my drift. Kit's home gets annihilated, and as soon as she's about to die, this dude named Dusk appears. We get a pretty crazy title card, and we come back to the present as this lore debrief was a dream for Kit. We see this little magenta dinosaur in the background. This is Gobbles. He's from the original Gameoverse animation that Ross made way back when, and for some reason, you actually have to watch the trailer for the show to figure out how Gobbles ended up with our Nightmare Blood duo. The footage is probably playing in the background while I'm editing this, so it's pretty obvious what happened to Gobbles' world. Caboodle doesn't approve of Gobbles being around, but Kit says that he can be useful because he is a Learnosaurus and he can become very smart. But looking at this dude, he looks like someone who would buy Triple T from the Fortnite item shop. Kit tries to check up on Gobbles, but Caboodle says that these people called the Syntax might show up and try to beat the game. So for the people that haven't caught up to the whole gimmick of this show, these three have to make sure that the main character, player, hero, protagonist, whatever you want to call them, can't beat their game. But since they fucked up on Gobbles' world, they are sent on a boring recon mission. Is what I would say if the Syntax didn't show up. We're introduced to the main king bad guy, whose name I forgot, so I'll put it on screen while editing, but I'm going to keep calling him whatever I want because I'm too lazy to go back and edit every part of the script where I forgot his name. We meet his lackeys, Fold and Misinformation. They see Kit's ship and these two are told to destroy it so they don't reach the planet. I don't understand why Misinformation trips Fold here when he's just about to do his job. These arcade guns come out and Fold starts firing on Kit's ship. While they're flying away, Caboodle realizes that the ship's shields aren't working and quickly fixes it, only for some reason for the shields not to activate, and the ship gets hit and he is pulled out and sent into the vacuum of space, crashing towards the planet. Big Boss Man gets mad at Fold because he ends up shooting them into the planet, so now he and Misinformation have to go and find the hero of this game and help them win. Caboodle gets eaten by a shark, and Kit and Gobbles not only have to go help the villain, but also have to go find Caboodle. Also, shit, we get a beach episode for the pilot? Glitch knows what we want to see. Fold and Misinformation fly down and shit, we're eating good, fellas. I cannot be saying any of this, man. I'm in a committed relationship. Anyways, they find out that the protagonist is named Flappers the Super Dolphin. And as Kit and Gobble swim down, they run into a dolphin who is, surprise, surprise, named Flappers.
Hey there, friends!
God, I really hope he fucking dies in the next episode because there's only so much toleration I can have for his voice. Fold and Misinformation realize they got to Flappers too late, and Gobbles asks Kit if this guy could possibly be the hero of this world, but Kit says he's way too helpful, so he must be a background character.
I've never kissed a girl dolphin before.
What?
I see why the Japanese hunt these guys now. We cut back to the shark that ate Caboodle and he spits him out, where we learn he's actually Australian. And the only Australian who could be voicing in these kinds of projects as of recent times is Michael Cusack, Mr. Pim Pimling himself. Caboodle learns that this shark named Snappers is actually the villain, so he's going to train him to fight Flappers. Flappers drops Kit and Gobbles off at his block, and Kit starts slowly tweaking out because these people remind her of her family and her world. Flappers says he has to run some errands, which Gobbles immediately finds suspicious because why would a background character need to run errands? We come back to Fold and Misinformation getting ready to help Flappers beat his game. They pull the same trick that they pulled on Kit by having Fold give the directions on how to beat the boss. Flappers finds Fold and they go on to beat all the bosses. We cut back to Gobbles as he's asking around where this creature that belongs in a hydraulic press tells him that Flappers is really heroic, which confirms his suspicions and grabs Kit's attention. We come back to Schlatt and the shark training, and Snappers unfortunately is not the brightest in the room, which makes Caboodle want to give him the 1999 treatment. Flappers comes back to Kit to show them his new piece of paper that has been helping him. Kit immediately realizes that it is Fold and tries to take it from him. Kit tries to explain to Flappers that if he beats his game game, his world would be destroyed, but everything freezes and these spotlights start searching for anyone that shouldn't be in this game. Kit and Fold get into a little scuffle, only for Kit to get bodied by all these little creatures, and she accidentally shoots flappers, and this alerts the spotlight to their location, and just before it reaches, the search stops. Which is weird to me, because if this thing was smart enough to realize that something that shouldn't have happened has happened, wouldn't it go exactly where it happened to find it? Flappers and Fold get away, and Kit is upset because this world is probably going to be destroyed. Gobbles tries to inspire Kit with some of the most corny dialogue I've ever heard, and these two go off to find Snappers. We get a short montage of Flappers and Snappers, and Kit and Gobbles find Snappers and Caboodle, so Schlatt and the cat reunite. Snappers shoots down one of these little creatures, which means they were followed, and Flappers enters the arena and gets ready to fight Snappers, while Fold and Misinformation fight Kit and Caboodle. Snappers shoots fireballs only for them to get hit back at him, and he falls into the lava. Kit, Caboodle, and Fold fight a little bit, and Snappers lands a couple of hits on Flappers. Flappers knocks down some of these cages and hits Snappers in the head, and as Snappers tries to crush Flappers using stalactites, Flappers spins fast enough to form a tornado and launches them back at Snappers. So with them both being at 1 HP, in a last-ditch effort to win, Snappers makes a really big fireball, only for that to be hit back at him, and he loses the fight. So as Flappers starts celebrating, the world starts falling apart. Fold sucker punches Flappers and gets the hell out, taking Snappers with him. Flappers, overcome by guilt, is comforted by Kit, and he grabs everyone and tries to swim them to the surface, and Kit and Caboodle combine again to give him a boost, and they blast out of the water and they are caught by their ship. We see all these dumbass fish watching what's happening, and we see Flappers' home get destroyed.
My home.
Dude, I cannot take this fucker's voice seriously. Oh my god. This King Dude's ship just collecting the energy from the planet, and the big boss man asks who they had to go up against and learns about Kit and Caboodle. The king offers Snappers an opportunity to join them, only for him to deny it and is swiftly killed off. Oh, another Transformers 1986 reference. The King Dude hands this device to the robot cat and the big ball from the beginning of the pilot, saying that they can have their revenge, and the screen cuts to black. Overall, I thought this was an okay pilot. I think my main gripe with this is how Wark is portrayed to us for the first and last time. For the first time we see him, he's kind of a dickhead, shouting orders and knocking shit to the ground. But when we see him in the end, he's more intimidating.
Do not let them on the planet! Do you hear me? Clean that up! And listen. Look out there. The rules of the Gameoverse are cruel and unfair.
I think a lot of the questions that we have, like why the Gameoverse exists and what Wark will do with the float, will be answered over the course of the show. My main question now is, what are they going to do with Flappers? He has such an agitating voice that I kind of hope they kill him off in the next episode or just don't keep him around for long. Anyways, that's all I really have to say. It's weird how as soon as Schlatt quits YouTube, he starts acting in cartoons. If you did enjoy the video, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one.